Let's see who's joined. Is election day in Ghana, and the vote. People were worried about peace. I know that it is something that's of concern to some people because there are people who get a little bit violent and argue and get pretty heated when it comes to their passion for their political parties. In Ghana, there are several political parties, but the main ones that people know about are the NPP and the NDC. And so today's election, the main candidates that people are voting for the president of Ghana are Nana Akufo-Addo and John Dramani Mahama, who was the former president of Ghana, but he lost the last election to Nana Akufo-Addo and is running again against him today. So there's a lot of mixed feelings from a lot of people about who could potentially win today. And I was in a car with some people yesterday. We were having a lot of discussion about the election and who could possibly win, and also about voting or not voting. I have people joining in right now. Ado, thanks for. Hello, hi. So in the car yesterday, there was me and another woman, so two females, two males, and then the guy who was driving. I'm not going to name names, but so we were all having a conversation about voting, saying that he is not voting. He has a family to take care of, and if he has work he needs to get done and he can make some money, he is not going to go stand in line to vote. He'd rather make his money. And I was like, well, I understand that you need to make your money, but at the same time, when you're choosing a leader for your country, this is for the next 4 years. It's not just about one day. So perhaps you could possibly make a sacrifice and go and vote. Thank you, everyone who's joining. Good afternoon. On this live stream, I am just talking about the fact that today, December the 7th, 2020, is the election for Ghana's next president, as well as the MPs across the country. I am doing well. I went and voted today, and it's a really hot day, and I was expecting it to be a little bit chaotic where the station was that I was going to vote, because the last time I voted, it was when I lived in East Legon, and in that area, the line up to vote was just crazy. It was so long. It was so long last time around. That was 2016, and I was so hot. I felt like I was getting a heat stroke. I felt like I was going to faint. And so they actually saw that the way I was feeling, I looked like I was going to faint, and they actually brought me to the beginning of the line so that I can vote and leave. That's how bad it was the last time around. So this time I came prepared. I had my hat. I had some water in my bag. I had a towel to wipe myself from sweat. I carried my fan so that I can keep cool. And then when I got there was no lineup where I was voting. But there are some people who wanted to go before they go to work. So there was a woman on City News who said she lined up at 1:45 a.m. She wanted to be there early. She didn't really need to be there that early, but she got there at 1 because she wanted to be there early. The polls are to open at 7 a.m. Unfortunately, where she was, which is Iowoso West, I believe, they didn't even open on time. So they're asking them to extend the voting time because it's supposed to be 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., but they started an hour late. So that means people lost an hour of time to potentially vote in that area. So I know people are going to call it out and say that it's sabotage or it's being done on purpose. There will definitely be people saying that because it should have started on time. So for those of you who are joining right now, hello, thanks for joining the live stream. As I mentioned earlier, I am here talking about today's elections that are in Ghana. I just finished voting, vote for the president as well as vote for the MP. And in Ghana, when you vote, you actually dip your thumb in a thumbprint on the ballot in ink. And then they also dip your baby finger into an ink that's almost impossible to get off. This will be on my finger probably for the next 2-3 weeks. No matter what I do to try to get it off, it's not going to come off. And they do this to keep people from voting more than once, because there have been problems in the past where somebody goes and votes and then they go and vote again, and it's hard to keep track when you have identification, because we all know that people make fake IDs, not just in Ghana, but around the world. I mean, when I was in Canada, I remember being a teenager and people making fake IDs. So fake IDs are a thing all over the world. So they did the same thing. So the nail polish remover and all that kind of stuff, it didn't come off. It was there for a few weeks. So this is their guard against getting people to vote more than once. So today's election, as I said earlier, for those who are joining, and I have people who are following from all over the world. So in Ghana, you may already know some of the information I'm mentioning, but it's important for me to say it for people who are not aware of it. I see that Ado Kwabena is watching from England. Hope the election is going well in Ghana. Yes, it's going well so far. Rich, hi. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It's a very hot day. It's blazing hot. December is one of the hottest months of the year in Ghana. So it is a challenging time to be having an election where people are lined up outside to cast their vote. So I'm hoping that everybody around the country is able to vote safely and that they're not facing any challenges. I know that, as I mentioned earlier, there have been challenges in some of the areas already as far as not starting on time. But here in the area I'm in, there was no lineup, so it was easy to vote. So back to the conversation I was having with Gar, who was talking about there was a bag that someone had left. And it was a huge bag. It's one of those bags that Ghanaians call the Ghana Must Go bag. In town in Toronto and stuff, there are these like big vinyl. They were saying that they called the police and they wanted the police to come and get it. And so he started accusing the police of siding with a certain political party just because the police officer they called said that they weren't going to come and pick it up, but rather he should bring it to the station to report it as a lost item that's been found. And then he started this whole argument that this is the problem with, this particular political party, because he thinks it's because of the party that the police are behaving that way. And it was like, no, why does everything have to be about politics? If this particular person is not going to come and pick up a bag, I mean, they're not going to leave their post at the police station to come and pick up a bag that's been lost. It does make more sense for you to bring it to where the police station is and report it as a lost item instead of politicizing it the way that he was. So anyway, so when that incident happened, that's what started the whole conversation of politics in the car. So the guy driving definitely is somebody who represents a lot of people in the country, because I actually said to him that in Ghana, people age 18 to 35, according to statistics, the voting population age 18 to 35 make 55% of the voting population in this country. But yet most of them were saying they weren't going to vote. So what I was saying to him was that I asked him, I said, you're between the ages of 18 and 35? And he said, yes. So you're not voting. It means you're allowing to claim when a candidate is chosen because you allowed someone else to make the choice for you. I know there's a lot of people who think democracy doesn't work. It's definitely not perfect. Nobody said it was. But when you are, that should be taken advantage of, because there's people who fought for this to happen, fight for the right to vote, and then when you don't take advantage of it, it makes sense to me. I'm not here to condemn people who don't, but I just think it doesn't make sense to not take advantage of the opportunity to choose a leader. And I think one of the things people don't think about too is it's not only about choosing the president, it's also about choosing your member of parliament in your community. So I think one of the things that some, without ever asking their policies, without ever asking what their plans are, one of the political candidates, their office contacted me by phone because they have my number from the database, from the registry, and they called me. And when they called me, they were calling me to remind me to vote for this person. And I had said, okay, but I haven't been able to find some information on some of the things that this person is voting on. What is this person's platform? What does this person want to do for the community? And the person who was calling me couldn't even answer my questions. So it makes it a challenge when you think, okay, so how are people voting? How do people know what their candidates are going to be doing for their communities? So I think it's important that we start talking more and we start getting more active in what it is that we want to be done where we live. Because you can vote for an MP, member of parliament, in your community that's from one party, and then you vote for the president from a different party, because they may not be aligned in what they're doing, because the one person is trying to commit to the community and what the community is looking to do. Thank you. I'm getting tea. I actually woke up with a sore throat today. So I actually didn't go as early as I wanted to do my polling. So I'm here to get my lunch but I'm having something hot because my it's sore and I need to soothe it. So I'm gonna soothe it with some green tea, which I just poured. Yeah, okay, so saying that a person can vote for somebody in one party for their MP and then the president in a different party, simply because they may have two different agendas between the community and the country at large. So I know some people might think that's odd, but this is something that I have done, not only in Ghana, but also when I voted in Canada. Same thing. Your local person may be different party than the leader of the country, simply because of the policies that they're running on. So yeah, that's just my view on it. I would love to know what your views on it are when it comes to elections. I know there's a lot of discussion about peace in Ghana. There's been a lot of promotion about peace during the elections, and Ghana has had successful transfer of leadership for a number of years now. So I'm quite confident that it's going to continue that way. I actually got an email from the Canadian government saying that just giving you warnings that the election is coming and to be careful. So there's something that it made me think, and I was like, I wonder if anybody who was in the US got warnings about their election and people being careful, because I know that there were a lot of people there who were saying they were going to incite violence if the election didn't go their way. I'm just using that as an example, but yeah. So anyway, I'm here, gonna have my tea. I know my nails look horrible. I have been meaning to go get a manicure for a while now, but my time has not allowed for it. I've been so busy the last little while. See if anybody has any comments or questions. Debbie Jefferson, hello, you're in Alabama. I'm just reading through some of the comments right now. Takesha, election day, yes, election day. Weather, I heard it's really, really cold. Debbie Jefferson, yes, and out. Regis Jamerson, hello, good morning from Detroit. Good morning. I hope that all is well. Oh, and Regis said we did good. That's good to know. So that means only African countries that would get those kind of warnings, or developing countries in general. So I'm glad to hear that they gave warnings in the US too, because there was a lot going on over there. I mean, I remember seeing people on Instagram saying that they were going to start a civil war if it didn't go the way that they wanted it to, which I was like, what? This is just wow. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. It's good to know. So I am going to have a burger and fries. Haven't had one in a long time. If you ever come to Ghana, it's usually restaurants that a lot of tourists go to that you'll find things like burger and fries if you're looking for that when you come. I get people asking me about, places to go, so I'm just mentioning it. I'm at Starbites, one of my favorite spots because it's consistent. So yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in today, despite my, as usual, particularly, it's often internet on the phone that could be really. I'm currently on my phone right now doing this live stream, but that's to say it doesn't happen on the laptop, because I have had many live streams on my laptop where I've had internet before, for those of you who have seen some of my live streams in the past. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold over the next few days, because once the election is done today, they said polls close at 5, but I think some of them are going to open till 6 because of the fact that some of them started late. It's going to be interesting to see how things unfold once things are counted and all that stuff. So Election day is always interesting everywhere, not just in Ghana, but everywhere, just to see who's going to be the leader, if it's going to be the same person or if it's going to be someone completely new. So let's see, people were organizing. We just was talking about what happened in the US. People were organizing to start trouble. Yeah, that's what I was seeing on social media, that there were some people saying they wanted to start trouble if their candidate didn't win. So, yeah, but I'm glad that it didn't get to be like that, because it could have been a lot worse. I know that there's a lot of people who are not happy with the outcome, and there's a lot of people who are happy with the outcome. So it'll be interesting to see how the transfer of leadership happens in the US. How it's going to be, and hoping for the best for all of my American friends and family, that everything is smooth with the new presidency, President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris. So hoping that everything goes smooth. All right, so the president declared today a holiday so that people could go and vote. If I sound like I'm repeating myself, it's because I keep seeing the internet saying that it's reconnecting, so then I repeat statements. So today's a holiday in Ghana so that people can go and vote. So I'm working from home, doing some work from home, so I'll be going home to do some stuff after I finish having my lunch here today. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're in Ghana and you haven't voted yet, please do go and vote. You know, you'll end up with this stuff on your fingers, but hey, it's worth it in the end. And I know it's really disheartening that you want it. If you choose the leader who ends up being the next leader, then I'm sure you're very happy, and you'll be watching to make sure that that particular person does the things and follows through on the things that they said they were going to in their campaign, because that's often the next hurdle is if they're going to deliver on the promises they've made while they were campaigning on the campaign trail. So and that's politics everywhere in the world. We have leaders who promise things, but then once they're in office, they either choose not to do it, or they can't do it because they may be blocked by other people, because a lot of governments are not, it may be the president or a prime minister who's in leadership, but there could be things that block them, like if their party is not the majority in the House, the majority in Parliament, then they don't always get the things they want because they might be voted against, right? So that kind of stuff happens too, even when you voted in the leader you want, if the opposite party has more people who vote against him or her. So that's something that can be an issue too. So anyway, I recently went to a film premiere about, it's called Coming to Africa. This was just this past Friday, and it was a movie that was done by a production company in the US, collaborating with a production company in Ghana. So I'm going to share some footage from that. I can't really share scenes of the movie because for copyright reasons, I may show some still pictures from the movie and then tell you so that you can watch it yourself. So anyway, thank you so much everyone for watching today, for tuning in. Just wanted to give that quick update of the election today in Ghana. Things are going well so far, although there are some challenges in some places. I'm hoping that the day remains peaceful and that there's nobody who incites any kind of radical or violent behavior, and that everything goes smooth for the rest of the day. So thank you so much everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to read these last few comments that are on here. Please, how's Beyond the Return? Theophilus is asking how's Beyond the Return, and Debbie's asked me, did you enjoy the movie? So let me answer those two questions. Beyond the Return is good. It is a 10-year initiative, so it's not something that's just 2020. Despite the fact that some parts of it were challenged because of tourism being delayed during the year because of the pandemic. It's not only a tourism project, because Beyond the Return is all about staying connected with the diaspora community. There are some policies that are being worked on, so governmental policies that are being worked on that have nothing to do with events, right? So it's an opportunity for people to look at things like investing in the country, land, citizenship, residency status. So the Homeland Return Act is being worked on by the government, which is a policies that it has not been finalized. It's being worked on. So Beyond the Return, you can get more information on the website beyondreturnGH.com. Through the 7 pillars. There are 7 pillars that are the foundation of Beyond the Return. And those 7 pillars were the direct result of feedback who came to Ghana during the year of return in 2019. So Beyond the Return isn't something that the team just made up all those pillars. All of those pillars were the result of things the diaspora asked for, things that the feedback that local Ghanaians asked about and talked about. So, for instance, the Diaspora Pathways to Ghana pillar is the pillar that the things like residency and citizenship and all that fall under. And then there's the Celebrate Ghana pillar, which is all about celebrating the culture. So like cultural festivals and festivities. Last year, a lot of people asked about the festivals. People who said that they love coming to events like an Afrochella and Afro Nation, but they wanted to know more about traditional cultural festivals that were happening in Ghana. So that's an example of Celebrate Ghana, that pillar. The Experience Ghana pillar is the one that is focused on tourism. That's the one that is tourism, it's events. So the Experience Ghana pillar is something people still want. People still want events to be going on. They still want to know more about tourism, places to go. Then there's the Brand Ghana pillar, which is about the branding of the country. So, people, when they think of Mexico, when they think of Jamaica, they think of the Bahamas, they think of Greece, each of those countries has their brand when it comes to people thinking about their country, that country. So Ghana, I just paused because the internet went again. Then there's promoting and innovation, which is about promoting things Pan-African, and also promoting history and promoting the heritage and promoting these places that people don't know about, like historical sites there, because a lot of people come to Ghana, Accra, they go to the central region, to Cape Coast, and then they leave, or they might go to Kumasi and then they leave, and they don't discover all the other regions and things that are going on there, like with respect to history and culture. So that's and then there's Give Back Ghana, which is about giving back to the community. There are several projects that diasporans have been involved in, collaborating and giving back to the community in Ghana. So, for example, last year, the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, they came and they commissioned boreholes. So that was their way of giving back to the community. They went to apples there so that the students there had access to clean water. So that was their way of giving back to the community, not just coming and hanging out and traveling, but to also do something that was going to be long lasting for the community. So that's the Give Back Ghana pillar. Then there is the Invest in Ghana pillar, and that's the pillar all about investment in Ghana. People look at wanting to, buy land, they want to, buy properties, they want to invest in businesses, they want to start businesses. So there's so many different things. So the Invest in Ghana pillar, that's what that one is all about, is investing in the country. So let me promote Pan-African heritage and innovation, and the Invest in Ghana pillar. So there's 7 pillars. And so, and it's a 10-year initiative, the 10 Decade of African Renaissance. So it's about the renewal of Africa beyond the return is. So a lot of the events that are happening this month for December, the December in GH is Beyond the Return Tourism Initiative, that there's events happening this month, and a lot of them touch on these different pillars. So for example, there is Migration to Ghana happening, I believe it's on December 19th at the Peduasi Valley Resort. That event is about moving to Ghana, the migration to Ghana. There's going to be people there to network and to talk about ideas and, things to look out for when you're looking to relocate to Ghana. And that's that one, Migration to Ghana. And then there's an event called the Ghana Trade Exhibition. That event is bringing together, wholesale retailers, people who are selling products and merchandise. And thank you very much. Hey, I lost a fry. There you go. Thank you. So my food is here. My food is here. Burger and fries. Just pretty basic. So yeah, so I was saying the Ghana Trade Exhibition, that event gives a chance for business owners to come together and sell their products, sell their services to wholesalers, buyers, that kind of stuff. So that's another event that's happening. And then of course there's events that people just go to have a good time. The Polo Beach Club is happening again. There's no Afrochella this year, but there is going to be an Afrochella block party. COVID-19 protocols that still have to be followed. So we released a list, a preliminary list of return pages. We've been putting it there too because we have quite a big following on those pages as well. And so we're continuing to update things that are happening. And then there's a fashion event coming up called Runway Ghana, Fashion Beyond COVID-19. So there's a lot of different things that are happening over the next few weeks as the year wraps up. So yeah, Beyond the Return is very alive and well. Some people think that there's nothing happening, but there's been things happening throughout the year. The whole year, there's been things happening. So yeah, if you want more information, you can just follow Beyond the Return on social media, and you can send an email to support@beyondthereturngh.com. Yeah, so if you have any questions about it, you can put them in the comments for me, and I'll do my best to answer, or I might just, there's flies the flies in my food. I can do my best to answer your questions, so I hope that was helpful. And then the last question was, did you enjoy the movie? Yes, I enjoyed the movie. What am I? Hey, thanks for joining today. I hope you're good. Let me read some of these other comments. Debbie Jefferson says, what am I? Have you taken your mom to vote yet? Hope you're rested. I was in your live last night. I missed the live. Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed. I didn't even realize he was doing the live. I missed it. I would have loved to have joined live stream. I'm sure it was awesome. So I'm gonna go and watch the replay later on today and check out who joined the live stream with What Am I yesterday. I'm sure it was awesome. So yeah, I am gonna eat my lunch now. Thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't voted yet, go and vote. It's election time. Go and vote. Make your voice heard in Ghana. Make your voice heard in Ghana. If you haven't, you must vote. All right? So, thanks for watching.